How much does it cost to launch a new beverage? Well, that can be a difficult question to answer, and for good reason. Getting your dream beverage on store shelves can be expensive and complicated. Knowing exactly what you're getting into before you get started can help set you up for success and help you estimate a realistic budget and timeline. If you're serious about the dream, then there are two major categories of considerations you should think about: creating your product and selling your product. It may seem counterintuitive, but it's best practice to start with the second set of considerations: selling your product. Ask yourself some of these questions. What kind of drink do I want to make? Who is my target consumer? What are my brand goals and values? And how will my product stand out against similar products on the market? Answering these four questions will help you discover a clearer path from development to manufacturing to distribution, giving you the best chance at success. Use your answers to come up with goals and a business plan for your concept. Once you understand where you'd like to go with your idea, then it will be easier to focus on the details of bringing your beverage to life. First, you'll need to develop a commercial beverage formula with a beverage development company. At FlavorMan, we work with our clients to create custom beverage formulations that fit their vision and requirements. Drawing from your business plan and goals, we'll collaborate to bring your idea to life in our lab. The reason those brands' goals are so important is that every decision you make about your brand will affect the cost of your finished products. Say you want to create a traditional energy drink. Well, based on our data from similar products, to sweeten with sugar, you should expect to pay around 4 to 5 cents per 12-ounce can. But maybe you decided that being sugar-free is critical to your brand, and that capturing the sugar-free consumer group is critical to your success. If you plan to use a sugar-free, low-calorie sweetener blend instead, then you would probably pay about 11 to 12 cents per 12-ounce can. Want to make a 16-ounce variant? You're now looking at about 6 cents for sugar or 15 cents for a low-calorie sweetener per 16-ounce can. Keep in mind that these numbers are simply for the sweetener cost per unit, and that every ingredient in your beverage will have its own expense. Let's say you've also determined that you need to capture the segment of the market who will prefer to buy organic certified products. There's nothing wrong with that strategy, but this will involve formulating and sourcing ingredients accordingly, as well as working with an appropriate co-packing facility. All said and done, organic certified beverages can have around a 50 to 75% higher per unit cost than products without that certification. Yes, having this certification may open you up to a more specific market, but it can also close you off from consumer groups who are more price sensitive. It's up to you to decide if that cost is really worth it. And don't forget, you'll also need to decide on how you want your beverage presented on the shelf. And yes, that will have a cost too. There are a variety of options, including aluminum cans, glass bottles, plastic bottles, and more. But you'll have to balance presentation with cost and make sure it's also compatible with your drink's unique formulation and processing. Sticking with our energy drink example, a 12-ounce decorated can will typically run about 15 cents per unit at introductory order minimums. Your supplier will also need to create a printing plate with your design, so add a few extra $1,000s in upfront costs. If you decide to package your drink in a glass bottle, then you might expect to pay about 40 cents per bottle, plus the expense of creating and printing your product labels. Once you have all your materials and your final formulation, you can hire a co-packing facility to produce finished cases of your drink. You will need to select a suitable facility for your beverage type. Some drinks will require specific processing to ensure a safe and stable product, and those requirements will affect your manufacturing costs. FlavorMan can help you determine your needs and recommend reputable, capable facilities specific to your concept. But in general, a good initial estimate is about 15 cents per unit for the canning or bottling process. You can cut your per unit cost by purchasing or producing in higher quantities. However, both options will require a larger amount of capital, which you may not have until your business grows. If you haven't realized it by now, every decision you make will come with cost, logistical, and even branding implications. Luckily, if you've done your due diligence in creating a reliable business plan, it will be easier to stay aligned with your goals, make more informed choices, and reduce your overall financial risk. So, how much does it really cost to start a beverage company? Though we've provided a few estimates, this isn't a question any one video can answer. But the experts at FlavorMan can certainly help you on your research journey. We'll give you the most relevant and useful information and can even perform a free evaluation of your idea so you can make an informed decision about whether we are the right partner for you. With nearly 30 years of beverage development experience, FlavorMan has created almost every kind of beverage imaginable. We're confident that by partnering with us, you'll have the best chance at success. When you're ready to change what the world is drinking, visit flavorman.com to get started.